Welcome to the Grand Design series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 17th of May 1937, which means we've managed to come through another winter with a few minor problems. One problem which I did pick up in the fact that I wanted to start building out this area is that the heating plant here has a bit of an issue of covering this area. So what I've done off camera is I put in another heating exchanger out here, but unfortunately it was out of range of the actual heating plant here. So I've had to put in a pumping station, which reduces the overall efficiency of the heating, but it should be okay. And another problem I've actually found is fire coverage, in the sense that we had a little bit of a scare with trying to get vehicles out here when this heating plant actually caught fire. So what I've done is I've put in a small rural fire station here to boost up the fire coverage. The other thing is that we've got the hospital built now, which solves the health coverage in this area as well. Now what I want to do in this part is focus on setting up our oil refinery. You can see what I've also done off camera is put in a power supply to here, which we're going to need to be able to power all this area here. So our grid from our power station is slowly extending outwards. Now, generally the rest of the map is going okay. I've had the usual few problems with laying the track as well. And one thing I have been looking at is actually doing something about the plastics recycling, because if I come into here, I'm not sure what the plastic there, the plastic's just been sold, and I think I can turn that to an advantage, because what I was looking at just before we came is if we find the plastic waste actually sells for 534 per ton. Plastic actually can be sold for 3,350. So there's a certain upmarket there with respect to plastic recycling, especially when you look at the fact that the plastic recycling just needs power and it doesn't produce a lot of pollution. So what I'm thinking is to possibly put in a plastics recycling plant somewhere about here, so that we can actually just it kind of improve the overall effect here. The other thing I've also done is I put a technical office here so that we can ensure that we get the snow coverage, because the snow plows didn't get out here to keep the roads clear, which didn't help very much with respect to the overall traveling. So that's one thing, and I suppose we might as well now just start to get into sorting out our the moving the oil from this area to the oil refinery up here. Now, when you are connecting up an oil refinery, there's two ways you can do it. Is you can have a storage directly connected to the oil refinery, which is what effectively does, because it is a direct connection. The oil tank, which would be something, we're going to put in a big one here. I don't think we get anything bigger than 1,500. So an oil tank like this would connected directly to the oil field, to the refinery, acts as an extra store. So what I want to do is put one here, but the thing is, we are going to go underground again, because I don't want to waste this space with a pipeline. I just want to see how far. So we are talking about there, and what I'm going to do is we're going to put an oil tank about there. What I'm hoping is if I put one there, we can connect you up to there. Just remove you, shift. And if I can connect this one here, what this will mean is that I won't have to put a pump in. Yeah, look at that. That's great. Oops, no, that's above the ground. No, don't want that. I want it underground. because I say I may want to use this space, so I don't want to have the pipe itself doing it. So what this will mean is that this pump here will push the oil to this tank here, and then this tank will be effectively an extension of the oil refinery. And what that also means, if you look here, we've got a kind of output here, which we could use for if we want to make plastic in this area, just to show you that it's under fossil fuels. A plastics factory itself just needs chemicals and oil, but it does burn quite a lot of oil. But what we could do is actually draw off some oil here to make plastics, because plastics is now the key. And this is probably worth noting now, that I'm starting to think now towards a more modern industry, because there's one thing that you do need to really consider when you're playing a long duration game. That is the cost of electronics. And in order to make electronics, we need electrical components. Now this game has a quirk that as you play through, the cost of the electronics here, if we go back to economy and if I show you the price at the moment, electronics is costing us 5,590 rubles per ton. Now that will spiral as the years go by. So having at least a fairly strong production of electronics, it becomes very important if you want to keep your economy going, especially as it grows, because we got to 19,000. And I think probably the best, another way to illustrate that is if we look at imports here, you can see if we do it for this year or alone already, we've spent 332,705 rubles on electronics in the first few months of the year. And this is what is one of the biggest drains that you will encounter of your economy. So now we've got this oil refinery going here. We've got access to oil. In some ways, producing going back to the electronics, which needs plastics and chemicals, is one of the key things that you do need to think. So what we're going to be doing is making this area into a little bit more than just an oil refinery. Ideally, I would like to get some chemicals here, and of course we've got the plastics over production, which I'm probably going to put in this area. We'll come above ground. Actually, I don't know why I'm below ground at the moment. So we got that we need to consider, and what we're going to do now is we're just going to, now I am going to put in an asphalt road here to this oil thing, because again, one thing we do need to start considering is modernizing the roads, but I'm not going to go wholesale with upgrading all the roads to asphalt, simply because we won't really need asphalt roads on our main highways until about the 1970s. So we got at least another 35 years to go, because even in the 1960s, the vast majority of the vehicles only do say just over 60 kilometers an hour. Anyway, I've gone off completely on a tangent, which I know. Now the other side of this is if I show you the pipelines here, we've got outputs here. Now, these outputs are will be for both fuel and for bitumen. Now, the thing you need to the problem when an oil refinery is producing, in some ways, you don't want the actual storage to be an extension of the refinery. What you want to do is use pumps to move the oil to the output storage. The reason for that is that by doing that, the internal storage of the refinery, which is here, which can store 340 tons of fuel and 250 tons of bitumen, will be effectively lost, because your distribution system won't be able to see it, because the storage in the oil refinery will not be seen as part of the storage with what's in the oil storage tank. So what I'm going to do is let me just see, let's get the pipelines up. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put in, I think where's the railway? come to think of it. Yeah, I think I want to keep this area fairly compact. Actually, I could probably... No, I think we'll come out this way. But again, we're going to have underground pipes here. And then I think we'll flip that way. And we're going to put in... I want a road, but at the same time, I want these a fair distance apart. Again, we're going to go underground here. Actually, do I want to go underground here? No, maybe I don't need to. Again, I'm just going to put a road through there. Again, it's going to be asphalt. And I think we're going to angle the road that way, because the traffic coming from here won't want to go into the oil refinery. Maybe we'll extend that a little bit further that way, like that. And then we'll put a road through. Actually, we're just going to put a gravel road there and bring you in there and split the road that way. And then what we will do is go above ground. Now, the reason why I'm kind of putting this above ground is that overground pipes are slightly cheaper than the underground equivalent. So if you're going underground, so if possible, you want to go overground. Just to show you, if you look at the pipeline here, you see this just needs steel and mechanical components. If you go underground, and I show you here, this pipeline needs same amount of steel and mechanical components, but it also needs concrete, gravel, and boards. Now, we produce our own concrete, gravel, and boards, so that cost isn't particularly that relevant, but it is something that you do need to be aware of. Now, what I'm going to do now is we're going to put in the main output tanks. I think I'd like... We'll put this tank here. And we're going to put another tank here. Like that. Actually, I'm going to move that one away a little bit this way for a reason which will make apparent in a little while. Yeah, I think if I put you about there, and again, we're hook you to there, to there. Now, next thing I'm going to do is actually suspend the construction of these pipes. Now, the reason I've suspended the construction of these pipes is that if you build the oil refinery first, before you finish these tanks, what can happen is that the oil refinery will start putting fuel into one or both of these tanks. This is especially risky if you've got a direct connection. Because what you need to do is build these tanks and then designate them to what they're actually going to take, which you can't do until they're actually built. And then by designating what they will actually carry, and what that will do is ensure that you get fuel in one, bitumen in the other. Now, the next thing I want to do is we're going to come here and we're going to put in a... Now, this is going to be quite a major center for both fuel and bitumen supply across the map. But what I want to do, this is not very well laid out, is I want to put in another fuel, small 300 fuel tank there, and do I need 300? Yeah, I think we will build 300 tanks here. And Again, I'm just going to put, I think we will go underground here. And you are going to connect to there. You are going to come to there. Actually, I think what I will do is I'll suspend this pipe, these two pipelines, and then we can build these ones like that. Now, what I've done here is I've created two local distributions here, because we're going to have to send bitumen all the way to here to our asphalt plug. We're also going to need to distribute fuel to our local area. By separating out the storage, one, that kind of increases the storage on the output. Also, it means that with this, because this is going to be the fuel that's going to be sent across the map. So what we're going to have to do now is put a direct connection to the actual one that's going to be carrying the trains. So what we're going to do now is put in, we could probably push this out and save a little bit on, again, we're going to go underground because I want this space to be, I'm going to go underground there. Then again, I don't want this to be too far away from the oil refinery, because we've got to provide fire coverage. So I think if we put the, I think we can put it about there. So this would be the fuel loading. Go back to the pipelines. Go there, remove that. Now we will need to ship some bitumen and also some, what we call it. We're going to need to ship bitumen and fuel across the map, but we can pick them up from the same station. The game is sufficiently flexible enough from that. Okay, let's cancel that game. We've only got the pickup on that side, so we'll have to come in, like that, and that will come to there. So what we're going to have now, I think we will, again, we're going to go straight to asphalt. I think I want this roadwork to be local, so I think maybe we'll go like that. I don't want this to be a through road. I don't want lots of traffic coming up here. And what we'll do is we'll put you into there. I think I'm a bit tempted. I think we will split the road here. I don't normally like doing this. We'll come to there. And what that means is we can build these roads into here, into here. We've got that fuel there. Now we've got our two local pickup tanks here. So what we need is, okay, this one, we're going to have two of these. I think these need to feed down into, I think maybe, again, I'm just going to put two like that. I think we can hook into this road here, and you can come there, you can come there. So basically what we've done now is created our full distribution system. I'm just going to let the game speed up a bit. I'm not sure why I'm running it on slow. So what we've now got is we've got this coming into here, bringing the oil into here, and then we got our distribution, our local distribution on this side of fuel and bitumen. This will also be our export point for surplus bitumen, because another problem you have when you actually run an oil refinery at full capacity again, just to show you that if you look at the oil refinery produces from 450 tons of oil. The oil refinery produces 340 tons of fuel and 250 tons of bitumen. Now, if you play with just the base game, there's not much use for bitumen in the game, but one thing, but I've got a little bit of a wrinkle which I will be using which will allow me to, how can you say, use that bitumen for a good resource. And just to show you that, although I'm not going to build it just at the moment, I put in something called chemical. What you've got here is this chemical plant, and what this chemical plant does is it actually turns fuel, bitumen and coal into chemicals, so like this here. But it is a little bit pollution wise, so you'd have to build it out here. And what that will do is actually give us a ready source of a way to consume bitumen. I just want to see what's causing this. Oh, it's down to the fact we got vehicle repairs. It's the downside of using these modded distribution offices. If you actually use the in-game distribution offices, if I show you that, you'll see that these have actually got 2 loading, unloading slots, which means that you don't get that problem with the in-game distribution offices, but it's a problem that you will have here. So we've now created oil complex here. I do need those small roads built. Again, we're just going to pick up there. I just want that built. I think the rest of them are big enough to get picked up by themselves. So we've got a lot to build out here, but there's not much I can do about it. But what I can do is, if we can get the power out here and get the cableway going and the fire station, we can get fire coverage while all this is being built. So before we go on to the next thing I want to talk about, I do want to kind of keep an eye on what's going on down here. Okay. Yeah, built there. That doesn't look good. Have I got the same problems I had before? Let me just, I should be able to remove that and that, because this should be built. Let me just check this. That's just building into there. So we should have this should be able to connect. No. Why is this not connecting? That one connects. This one connects. Is there anything here that's not finished? Oh, don't tell me I've got the same problem as before. Don't understand why I'm having problems with these connectors. Let me just see if I've got connectors there. I think what we'll do is we'll build out this track and see what's actually causing it. What I do need to do is, if we only got the one train here, do we have it? I don't think we've got everything finished out here, so I'm not actually sure what's going on here. So we certainly need that built. And has this been built? No, No, and we also need that and that built to finish off this connection here. And of course, the one thing we are going to need to do is take we've got our fuel thing here. So what we are going to need to do is we got this needs building. This needs building. Actually, there's a gap just here as well. These back curves this back curve needs built. That can be built as well. And what we need is this to be built. And we are going to follow the line here this way, because this is technically going to be our main line running out here. This has got some connection nodes on it, so we can tidy this up a little bit. And of course, at the same time, what we will do is press shift and upgrade all this lot so that this becomes, oops, I might have just, well, they can get in this way and back. I think that might have a connection problem now. Let me just redo that one, because I've just upgraded track which the game might object to, and then the train will get stuck. Oh no, it can still do it because this bit's there. I think I'd rather them no, we'll build that bit first going into there for that. What I might do is put another crossover out here. Now what we got to do is come get a connection from here. So again, we're just going to go straight concrete. We're going to come out of here absolutely dead straight like this. Straighter the track, the better. Now, one thing that, or just accept that because I'm happy with that. Now, oil trains or fuel trains have a habit of can get quite long. So when you are planning a connection, you want to plan at least over, say, to about 250 meters to the crossover point, because you can see this is quite short. And this, so what we need to do is we need to come down to about there for the crossover. So if we put in the crossover there, that means that if we're bringing oil in from somewhere else, the distance here will allow long trains to come into here to deliver, well, maybe not to deliver fuel, but to take fuel away. So that's the reason why I've come out so far. We will remove those points there. And of course, what we're going to have to do is put in now the track going back that way is more for should we want to export fuel or bitumen, because there's not much going that way, although we may put in a junction here to send fuel that way. So we want this option with the angle to go this way. We will hook up you, and we're going to hook you through there. There's a kind of split track there, but we'll be okay. And then what we will do is, again, we want really long branches here for those quite long oil fuel trains that come in. You don't want to stint on the kind of angles when it comes to fuel trains. The only other types of trains that are worse are aggregate trains, like if you're shipping coal. Generally, when you're shipping the other like construction materials around, it's not quite so bad. Those don't actually kind of carry too much. Is this all connected? I think what I am going to do, well, we've only got a single bridge here, so that's okay. By the time we're getting out here, we're kind of ready to go and just connect this up like that. That's connected. Set that. So we are now really starting to push out across the map. Take out these little bumper bits. And what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit of track in here to kind of emphasize that this is the, oops, it's horrible. I'll cancel. I think what I might do is put a signal in there, split the track. Okay. Can I actually insert a... No, I can't. Okay. I think I want to get rid of that because it's going to cause... actually, no, we could turn it to our advantage. If I come in the other way... No, that's it. It's going to kind of put a little bit of a kink in the track there. But I think if we put a crossover there and then like that, and then what I'm going to do is press shift and we're just going to upgrade automatically to just put you to there. And then what we'll have to do eventually is put a bridge there. So what we've got now is we've got our rail connection to here for our long-term rail distribution. I'll probably put in another connection to go this way because we do need to start working on our town over here, but that will be the subject of the next part. What I want to do now is we're going to come here, and this is where I want to put some plastics recycling. Let me just see, is there footpaths here? Yeah, we got a footpath from there. Right. If I put in plastics there, and then if we go to here, open store, we only need a small open store this way, but a small open store that side, small open store that way. What that means is we'll have the plastic waste come in on this side and the plastic go out that side. This only needs to be gravel. And then what I will do, I think we'll put a, get rid of you. We'll put a small cargo station just there. That's for pickups. I think I can be a little bit wild here. Go that there. And of course, we don't have to worry about the cargo connections. I want that to be In fact, I think we will... Okay, we'll just put these in asphalt, because these will be long term. So what we'll have through here is a drop off, but what means it will also mean that we'll have to put in a small bus stop there, and we'll have to put a footpath there. Now that footpath won't get built, so what we'll have to do is take a footpath there and split the difference on that to get it built, because the game's got a bit of a quirk with actual bus stations. So we've now got this area here. We've got our plastic reprocessing plant. We can bring the workforce out. The plastic waste process separation it produces a small amount of pollution, but given the distance, we should be okay. How are we doing here? Is there anything finished? Will you actually have a... You're going to be too far away, so what we're going to need to do... Do you have a waste connection? Yes, you do. What I'm going to do is... Do you have a waste connection? Yes, you do. I think this one's going to have such a small staff in, we'll be okay. Do we have any over 21s yet? Yeah, we are getting over 21s again. So what I'm going to do is, I don't want to kind of lose some of these, so I am going to let them flow back into here and over here. But at the same time, we are going to see about this here. That can go to that. Can they get from this one? No, they can't. Okay. This is a little bit of bad design on this corner. I think what I might do is... I put in a slightly bigger bus stop here. Where is it? That's 230. That's 200. That's 400. That's 800. I don't really want to go that big. This is 500. I think what I'm going to do is we're going to put a bus stop just there, and we're going to put that there. What we're going to do is build a bus stop here and then move this one away and get rid of it. And that means we can bring in the workers from here to here. Actually, what I might do is use this as the worker pickup, and I might actually turn this into a local bus stop so that we can move workers around. It's a pretty good idea, actually. Yeah, I've already got a bus stop underway there. So we've already queued up lots of how can you put it, things that need to be built. So we need to get our crews on, see what they're actually doing, because one of the problems at working at distance is that you've got quite a lot of stuff there. I think I'd like you to get that there. Of course, what we do need right, we've got one pump that's actually producing oil, but it can't export it. So we need to prioritize this and also this. So, because what it means is that we can build a stockpile of oil ready to go for when the oil refinery actually opens up. So we're going to need to start work on these and eventually that. Actually, I think what we will do, whoops, get rid of that. What's my ground crew doing? They'll be nice and busy, won't they? Actually, we'll get you on that as well. Coming up to, you could probably do an assist with there. And you can start working on these pipelines. And you can bring the return one back that way. So, and what I will do is see if we can bring in, where's that other work? Where are you? Yep. You can start, well, we can put you on some of those. I don't really want to build the ore refinery just yet. In fact, what we want to do is, I know I'm really stacking these guys up, but it's half the course, but we need to get the cableway built. In fact, I think what I need to do is, let me just see, where's my road crew? Yeah, you work on those. I was thinking about something, I've forgotten what it was thinking about now. What did I wanted to get really kind of pushing forward with? Oh yeah, I want to build, we kind of got an area out here. What I want to do is recreate something like this, but with a more modern version. I don't want, or could I? I don't really want to do that. But what I do want out here is, what is the smallest construction office? Actually, what's the smallest vehicle repair building that we've got? Vehicle small. Okay, that's this. Wow. Right, you could go. Let me just plan this a little bit. I want to put this again. This is a little bit of long-term planning. I want a construction office that would go alongside like that. Now, what this is going to be is the local, long-term, this is going to be the local maintenance building. Right, press escape. Let's put a mud road in there for the moment. Just want to make sure, see what the walking distance. That one's not good enough, but this one might be. No. So we'd have to, how's the footpath situation? We would have to put in a, get it this way to create maximum space. Yep. So what we got here is we'd have the local construction office. The job of this construction office will be to maintain these buildings, because you've got to remember is that this construction office needs to be maintained by this building. This building is also going to be maintained. So this is going to be the maintenance construction office. And then what it means is that round here, we could build a series of distribution offices or technical offices, should we need them, where we can actually be able to maintain. Actually, we could put it there. Or was this just overthinking it? No, because this would be close to here where the buses would be maintained. Yeah, I think this will work. Technically, we won't need this to begin with. So we'll build the road and footpath connections, but we won't build this. This is more long term, when the everything settles down. But it also means that I can start to plan in a distribution offices around this. So what we do be able to do is to be able to do the vehicle maintenance as well. So, and of course, eventually we would have to get the necessary resources into this for it to function, because we won't be using the veterinarian type things that we've got over here, because these are now things of the past. We've got to start going modern. The central committees emphasise that. One thing I do want to do is we are slowly churning out these things. Plus the fact that this eventually will all disappear, because while it's working at the moment, eventually once the modern vehicle production lines come online, we're going to be able to get something done. We've got the potential plastics installation going. We've got the bus line here, which we could get set up. We've now got our oil refinery there. Okay, what have we got here? We're on September. I get the impression that we are pulling a lot more in the way of crops up to here, but this one is not that big an issue, because this is just supplying this. I've got a feeling that we may need to look into producing some more crops somewhere, because I think we've got more crops flowing into here. I mean, our happiness is good. I think the other thing we're also going to be needing to start taking a look at is the possibility of a television station, because we've got 2% unemployment at the moment, so that's good. Yeah, I think we may need to start thinking about a television station. Trouble is, the in-game television stations are massive, wherever we go. I can never remember where they are. Where is it? It is. Look, they're just so big. Where I think the modded versions. Let's have a look here. Where would they come under? No, well, the easiest way to do it is to clear that and just do a search. TV station. We got a 1940s TV station here. Okay, I think I'm just going to plan this as an option, and we're going to just slip it in this corner here, maybe a little bit like that. I mean, it's got the waste collection system. Interesting, that's not. Oh wow, that's not built. Oh, that's a bit massive oversight. View high priority. Traffic jam. Yeah, exactly the same problem. It's always going to be a problem. While we're here, I'm just going to check the waste movement on this side through here. These are very slowly emptying, because there's thousands of tons of waste there that needs to be moved. But I think we are getting more and more shipped into here. Yeah, we're actually getting a little bit of a build up. The waste is now building up. I think. Where is it? That's the plastic. I think our waste trucks might be. What are you? Pick up the mixed waste into here. We've got contamination here. Somehow we've managed to get fertilizer into here. I've got absolutely no idea how we managed to get fertilizer in there. The only thing I can think of is bio waste. So we got, well, it says it's been flipped to fertilizer. So it thinks it's fertilizer. So we got absolutely minute quantities of fertilizer in here. What we will do is we're going to change you. Come here, load fertilizer from there, and take it to unload fertilizer. Yeah. It might not work. If not, what we'll have to do is knock them down and start again, because the amounts in here are just so small that no, it's not going to work. Okay. I can't get rid of that because the game thinks that there's fertilizer in here and it's stuck. Well, we're just going to see if we can empty that. If not, what I'm going to have to do is we're going to have to build a couple more waste plants here. Where is it? I just love this game sometimes. We'll have to put one there and one there. We got a train waiting too long. Okay. I think the problem is that at least it's smart enough to go through here. Yeah, I think they're just sorting themselves out because of course they've got to build out through here. This still needs to be built as well. They're sorting themselves out. Luckily they were smart enough to be able to come back through there. Right, I'm aware that I'm running out of time, so what I'm going to do now is just finish off with a wear and tear check. Entire map. No, the highest one is 46%, which is over here. What are these guys doing? No, right. What I'm going to do is reduce you to 45%. The reason I'm reducing this is just earthquake protection. So, well, just going to reduce you by 1%. I think we got quite a big fire burning here as well. Nope, it's been put out. What I'm trying to do is, eventually what I'd like to do is get this down to about, say, 42, 43%. The advantage of that is that it does actually, if you look at this, you've got the quality of the flats. Now, as the actual wear and tear increases, the quality of the flats decreases. So by repairing them, keeping them in good maintenance, what you do is keep the quality up, which keeps people happier. And also, by getting it below 50, keeping everything below 50%, it means if an earthquake strikes, because if a building collapses during an earthquake, that means that its wear and tear reaches 100%. And it means that if I show you here, if we come to here, go to here, if I show you wear and tear, this is wear and tear, yeah. So if you look across the map here at the moment, all these buildings are below 40% and they're in the green. You've got 16%, 14%, 40%. So you're keeping all these buildings well maintained right across the map here. And that means if an earthquake strikes and causes a fire, that gives your fire crews more time to put the fire out. Because one of the problems with if a building's got high wear and tear, even if for some reason that you are able to get the fire crew there, if it gets to 100%, the building can still collapse. So by getting this down low, where it should be able to provide a lot more protection. Right, anyway, I'm kind of rambling on a lot longer than I should be. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to do entire map, wear and tear. We got that assembled crane, which I really do need to scrap. We've got a, okay, you're in bad way. We're going to track you. Where are you from? Let me just get rid of the wear and tear so that we don't get... I think I should have some covered holes here. No, I haven't. Okay. No, that's an open hole. Right, we need our... we need some... Right, we got a couple of covered holes doing nothing here. So, where are you? You can go there. And what we'll do is we'll bring up one of you. This is the more important of the truck kind of pickup points. And then gonna do another wear and tear sweep. Right, we've got a steam powered ice box there that's right. What are you then? What are you doing? The scrapping. Okay. What's wrong one? And we've got an ice box here, which is over here. Where are you, depot? Right. This one's going to take a little bit more to sort out. It's carrying 3 tons of things. Where are you? Nope. Right. Where are you? Put you there. Where are you going? Right, this guy's going to drop off here, and then we're going to scrap him. Right. Yeah. You've had your time. Right, what we need is a refrigerated truck that's got carry capacity. Okay. Okay, so what, we got anything in the way of Western refrigeration? 2.8 there. Okay, we're going to get this type U refrigerated truck here. We're going to replace them with that. And get the Western truck in as well. And I'm just going to do one more, and then that will have to be it for. Right, we've got a meat collection truck here as well. It looks like my my meat delivery systems are in need of a little bit of work. Now this one only needs 1.5 tons of meat, so we'll let you drop off the meat, and then we'll get here, and maybe we can get a better truck delivering the meat as well. You go to the scrap merchant, and we should be able to. This only needs 1.5 tons, so it's 0.7. We got a gas here with 2 tons, 36 kilometers now. Here we are. We've got 160 kilometers an hour. So this is going to be our new preferred vehicle of choice. So this is where I'm going to leave it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.